Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's video where today we'll be going over the legendary Pokemon known as Groudon, the continent Pokemon. So sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of this video. Groudon, the 383rd Pokemon of the Pokedex that embodies land and earth. A Pokemon that I thought was way bigger but was actually way smaller than I previously expected. It is 11 feet and 6 inches tall and weighs around 2,094.4 pounds. Groudon first appeared in Generation 3 with the games Ruby and Sapphire. Groudon was the title legendary Pokemon for Ruby as Kyogre was its counterpart for Sapphire. The games were released on November 21st, 2002. Groudon is a bipedal Pokemon with red plated armor with white spikes around its body as well as sharp claws at the end of its hands. It has a segmented plated tail with dozer-like blades at the tip. So basically it's like an armored dinosaur with an ability known as Drought that causes harsh sunlight. Groudon does not really evolve in the normal sense, but it does have a second form, one more powerful and one that I enjoy even more. When it holds the item known as the Red Orb, it goes under Primal Reversion, where it becomes Primal Groudon. This form was introduced in Pokemon Omega Ruby, which came out November 21st, 2014. Primal Groudon's appearance is similar to its original form, but bigger and even more intimidating. It has bigger spikes and has a magma-like texture underneath its red plated armor. Its height increases to 16 feet and 5 inches, with its weight going up to 2,204 pounds. Its typing goes from not just ground, but now fire and ground. Primal Groudon has a special ability known as Desolate Land, which the Pokemon changes the weather to nullify water-type attacks. Groudon is said to be the personification of the land itself. Legends tell of its many clashes against Kyogre, as each sought to gain the power of nature. Through primal revision and with nature's full power, it will take back its true form. It can cause magma to erupt and expand the landmass of the world. One of the villain organizations known as Team Magma wanted to use Groudon's power of expanding continents in order to create more habitats and landmass in the world. Here are some facts about Groudon that you may have or may have not known. Groudon's attack and special attack and defense and special defense are directly opposite of Kyogre's. Here's an early concept design for Groudon. Primal Groudon is the heaviest ground and fire type Pokemon. It is also the tallest fire type Pokemon as well. While I'm at it, here are the shiny versions of both Groudons. Groudon made several appearances in the animated series, such as Advanced Generation. It also showed up in some Pokemon movies, like Koopa and the Clash of Ages. It also kinda appeared in Jirachi Wishmaker, but as Meta Groudon, a being that was not actually Groudon, but a being that was pure evil and wanted to absorb the world's energy. It also made a cameo in Project Mew during the ends of Pokemon Journeys as an illusion created by Mew. Groudon is the direct opposite of Kyogre. The two had massive clashes with one another, the embodiment of the land versus sea, which in my opinion is a very cool concept. When these fights happen, there are bound to be consequences. Thankfully, there's a Pokemon that keeps them in check, and that Pokemon would be known as Rayquaza, the master of the trio. Think of Groudon and Kyogre as bickering children, with Rayquaza being the adult. My personal opinion about Groudon is that I like the design, and even more so when it's in its primal version. I enjoy the lore behind the Pokemon as it represents the ground and land of the Pokemon world. I love the rivalry between Kyogre, and the internet loves making memes and jokes about the dinosaur and a whale just beating each other up because they just hate each other's presence. They are truly haters to one another. Overall, I greatly enjoy Groudon as a Pokemon. It also feels like a true legendary Pokemon as it represents the power of land and continents. Well, that's it for today, and I bid you all a good night, lads.